everyone, back today to finish this Lost Woodhead series. Woodhead Tunnels in there. We covered these the last time out. Our last visit we did the stations. We walked from Dunford Bridge over the top and then we did the station. So it's the last leg today, John.
Yeah, the last of this entire series. It's 18 months in the making almost.
Yeah, and we started filming from Deepcar October last year,
so
isn't it?
Yeah,
but we've been filming up Dinting and all sorts before that. So yeah, we're going to be having a walk today down the old track bed, Longdendale Trail.
Yeah, Longdendale Trail.
To Hadfield.
To Hadfield.
About 6.5, 7 miles, isn't it? A couple of interesting things to see along the way too. What's that there, John?
Oh, bacon butty.
Start to the day. Where have we been? Where's this from?
Big Bricky.
Big Brick.
Hadfield.
So straight after coming out of the tunnels, as we saw in that last episode, we'd passed through the staggered platforms of Woodhead Station. Not going to duplicate everything we went through on that last video because there's different layers of history here, different generations of the station when they realigned it, etc. But this area over here, over to the right hand side, and you can see from a lot of the old photographs, and thank goodness for Ben Brooksbank because there's so many of his great old photographs on the Geograph website and Wikipedia, Commons, etc. that's available for people to see and use. We can see all those old sidings and all the old versions, and even some great old photographs of them actually constructing the tunnel, and it all taking place, all the changes taking place down here. Yeah. Fascinating photographs.
I love it when the pictures have like kind of the construction in progress, like the temporary stuff that you get.
Popular trail this. It's been featured on TV programmes. Covered quite well on different YouTube channels as well, but it's all part of the story. We've covered the entire line episode by episode. Just a reminder before we get going, just give you a quick overview if you've not been following the series. So this railway line opened in 1844. It was a Sheffield, Ashton under Lyme and Manchester Railway. In 1847, it became part of the Manchester, Sheffield and Lincolnshire Railway, which then in turn became the Great Central Railway in 1897. In 1923, it was grouped into the LNER region, London North Eastern Railway. And then historically, in the early 1950s, it became the UK's first electrified main line. Didn't last long though, unfortunately. Passenger trains ceased in 1970 and the railway sadly closed in 1981. So as an electrified railway, not a massive lifespan, unfortunately, sadly.
Yeah, which seems a bit of a waste, but
it does. And the tracks were ripped up in mid 1980s.
Got to get your retaining wall footage.
So is this where all the sidings are fanning out? 'Cause we're right on the side of the river just here, aren't we? And it looks like it's starting to open out down here. I'm not expecting to find anything, but we've seen this. We've seen on this line all the way along. The number of yards.
Yeah, the concentration sidings. Sort of key strategic points at the start and the finish.
So these would be equivalent to like the Dunford East sidings, you know, that were just the other side of Dunford?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So because the tunnel was obviously constrained, whole wagons and stuff here.
And we had a scout around there, didn't we? There wasn't really anything.
Nothing.
Anything to find.
I think we found like a pond. It was like a pond or a divot that we thought that could have been where the turntable was, because the turntable was, in that position, but it's not conclusive. What was that? Is that a rock?
No, it's a manhole cover or a base or something, I think.
Used ballast.
But yeah,
It's hard to walk on, like ballast.
yeah, it is. There's ballasts down. It's slippy in these wet conditions. So again, this isn't the main line. This is all around where those sidings were. Yeah, so there's the plateau, as you can see over there. I'm just putting the camera up. Where the sidings were over here, and then the main through lines just on the right hand side there. Moment of excitement with a concrete.
We found concrete.
Pad of something, yeah.
Wow.
Not great, is it? But
Can't really.
I don't know what there is remains that we're going to be passing in terms of things on line sides. I expect to see a couple of overhead line supports still in place.
Oh, right.
I'll be disappointed if we don't come across.
If we don't come a single electrification remnant, we'll be a bit disappointed.
But it's time of year we're doing this anyway. It's early September. Look, well, it's a lush, it's a fertile part of the world, isn't it? Anyway,
it rains a lot. It's very green,
and yeah, I think a lot of it. There's probably a lot of things that are lost now, lost to the undergrowth.
But it was 4 tracks wide here, and then you can see that it's been completely, that space has been re-sculpted because it goes up and down. So. But actually, just having said that, I think it's 2 lines here.
2 lines, right?
I think it's 2 lines at this point. Oh, it was 4 lines.
But it's gone back into 2.
Go to 2.
The thing is, though, we look at that map. That map's just from one era.
Yeah, you're right. Actually,
it's from that early 1900s. So
yeah, that was
a lot's happened after that.
It's the 1892 to 1914.
Them maps are great. They're so detailed.
Yeah,
when we found when we're doing this line, there was a lot of changes made after those maps. This is opened out now, isn't it? We've finally come out of the tree covering. Is the track bed up here then?
I don't.
Or is it down that?
Like obviously these bits, they are.
Well, there is. You don't know if they've been moved here, but look, there is bits of ballast on this side of this little bank in here.
There's definitely a cut in there.
Well, these are intriguing little retaining walls. And these haven't just been put in the last 30 years, have they? We're entering the chain of reservoirs now. Longdendale chain, I think it's called. This is Woodhead Reservoir, isn't it? The top one here. That's Woodhead Pass, the other side of it. So bridge, is this the culvert we've been keeping an eye out for, John? This will give us some kind of indication of how wide the track bed was here, hopefully.
Is there something on the other side?
I can't see one at the other side, so scrap that. Like a ready, like a sandstone, is it?
Yeah, it's
Sandstone
like
bridge.
Quite weathered, isn't it? It's kind of maybe sort of leached out a bit. But
Get a better view of it. Stretching over. Some railings there, just look on the side of the embankment. Is this when we were just at the other side on the road, coming over, I saw a big retaining wall. I wonder if this is...
could this be it?
That's what this is. It's original. It is, look, it's a wall edge. I wonder if they're original railings.
I think it's definitely a big retaining wall.
Oh yeah. Enjoy the open views for a few minutes. It's been a little bit enclosed in the trees so far. Little viaduct over there. I mean, Woodhead. I use it quite frequently. If you ever, obviously, where I live, it's the way how we go over to Manchester way. You're getting a different view of it here. I've never
seen it like that. Yeah, especially with the low waters.
Viaduct, yeah. It's very busy today on that road. The M62 is shut. They're replacing a bridge up near Rochdale. We are losing a battle with bugs and midges at the moment. Perfect storm, isn't it?
It's
muggy, wet. day walking by a reservoir. I feel like a tin of corned beef. But here we are. This has not been walking that long, actually.
No, about an hour.
Quicker than I thought. It's not that far from Woodhead to here, but this is the site of Crowden station. It's not Crowden. I've always called this Crowden my entire life.
Is it Crowden?
It's Crowden.
Crowden.
I didn't know that. Nothing really remaining of the station. It's pretty much been obliterated long after it closed. A lot of it's been re-landscaped as well. You'll see when we get around here, the path starts to go up.
Is there, I think, was a station around here? It was on this side. Yeah, sorry. Station's around this area here.
So the station building's over here?
Yeah, well, that's what nicked. Not nick, as it's the other, like a bit that goes out into the reservoir.
We've got the retaining wall here, look. By the station. And this is what I mean, look, you see it's all been re-landscaped, and you see it goes uphill here now. The spray paint is original, John. Do you think that's the original rays, or do you think they've done something with that since?
I don't think it's that old, is it? But I don't think it's graffiti there. It's purposeful.
I mean, it's pretty remote, but it's a lovely setting. And there's the railway cottages on the top. I wonder if they're lived in. They look, from this angle, they look a bit dilapidated. So, some facts and figures about this old Crowden station. 1861, this station opened, and it closed in 1957. Have you found them steps, John?
Not steps, but I might have found something else, potentially. Yeah, there were supposed to be some steps that came down that then came onto the footbridge that went over, but I can't find them.
Oh, yeah, of course there was a footbridge, wasn't there? Yeah.
I thought it was like some concrete or stone steps, but cannot find them. A line of bricks. I don't know if that's part of the platform.
Something, isn't it? Good shout. So I wonder if this is. I wonder if this is where the platforms were then. Curious. Oh yeah, it continues all the way down here, doesn't it? Look.
You sort of get the vibe that there's a raised part.
There's those railway cottages. We're just leaving the track bed momentarily, just to have a look at something on the hillside here, something of interest, something that's related to the railway. So we're just crossing over the dam wall between Woodhead Reservoir side and Tor side, out of view. So when we do these disused railway videos, we're forever reading about the loss of life and the sacrifices made by the navvies and the people involved in building the railways. I think there's marked graves and unmarked graves of the navvies who were killed in the construction of the Woodhead Tunnel. Beautiful old church that thousands of people a day will drive past on the Woodhead Pass without even realising it's here. Dates back to around the 1830s. And it's not just railways you wear with these stories either. We cover all kinds of industries. It's the canal building, coal mining, slate mining, different types of videos. It's just the attitudes of the time. Very, very little concern for health and safety and good working practices. I mean, you take it for granted these days. Can't get your head around that. Going to work and not...
Yeah, having protection
Yeah.
provided for you. And in those days, the work was often like piece work, so you would try and do as much work as possible with no protection,
Yeah.
you know, from senior
Financial or
authorities.
otherwise.
Yeah.
Back on the track bed.
Yeah.
We're how many miles are we in? About 3 miles into this so far today, and this path isn't what I thought it was going to be, John. Maybe it'll change.
Yeah.
I had visions of walking down an open path overlooking the reservoirs.
Endless glorious views.
There's been a lot of it just kind of like this.
Yeah, well, your usual kind of a shallow cutting or not
trees.
particularly high embankment and trees
A
outside.
tree-lined footpath.
Oh, you could actually get a view of us from the road.
Look at this one, you can see the other side of this bridge, look. So on the maps, it's a bridge to an old quarry.
That's what it says.
Oh, okay. There's a road.
Well, it's literally the quarry was just in there, so it can't be very big.
Look how wide it is though here. We've got this lesser used path on this side, and then through there you see the other side of the bridge. So this is definitely wide enough for 4 tracks here, John. It's a really green and fertile place. It's really, nature's really, really taken over everything again.
Wow, that's actually quite
Cascade over there. See, this confuses me.
I think, yeah, because this is not original.
Or is it one track over the far side, one track here? Yeah, but look at this.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
How old is it?
I think originally, John, now we're looking at it from up here, all that, it's probably had bridge decking on, hasn't it, all the way along. Copy and paste bridge again, John.
It's another, yeah. These top bits on the bridges, they're
Tall,
brutally
aren't they?
big, aren't they? Yeah. Why? They're over-engineered. Why?
Bursting out into daylight, thankfully.
Yeah, it's nice.
So we are here. So we've walked. Is that all we are? The history of the trail. It's believed that 250 trains pass through each day in either direction.
That's just crazy.
We saw a similar stat at Azaleb.
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
We were sat in that thing where it opened out into the sidings.
Yeah, yeah.
That was something ridiculous.
So that was the amount of time. It was like every X minutes, wasn't it, or something?
Yeah.
6 minutes or something.
A few more miles down the way now. We're at the site of what used to be Torside Crossing. Trust me, it did used to be.
Yeah, it doesn't appear that way at all.
It's been remodelled. It's wall
Stone. It looks like an ancient.
straight along here. If we snip over onto the banking over here, we can get a good comparison shot of a couple of old photographs of the railway, of the crossing.
Well, there used to be a signal box and a gatekeeper's house, but
Yeah, they did, didn't they? Yeah.
no gatekeeper's house. They usually survive.
Try and get over here though. Try and get that comparison shot for the photographs. So I don't know if this is a good representation or not for those photographs. Yeah, there's a bridge abutment, look. was this going over then, John? Was it just like a concession bridge? Assuming?
Yeah, it was. It's actually, if you come over around here, you'll see it's a massive structure. It seems to be a path from here over there and then going round up the top there, and that dry stone wall's been added later.
Can you see the brickwork there? Then if it's coming through on camera through all the greenery. Maybe it was an arch bridge starting down there or coming over to wherever it came on this side that's now missing. That's the first bridge of the day, that. I've seen a couple of things here, John. It's a bit waterlogged in there. I'm going over there, but that's a post.
That's definitely a remnant.
That's a post.
Finally, something that's not been cleared away.
It's one of our old friends, the cable hangers.
Wow! It's been so long since we've seen one of those.
16 them a few episodes ago.
And now we're like.
Well, we've seen more disused railway artefacts in this 10-yard, 10-metre squares, John, than
We have stuff.
the entire day. I wonder what that was. It's a wooden post, that, isn't it? Yeah, with rails to support it, either a sign or something. It's a bit heavy with that bridge. And the bridge numbering system with that yellow paint continues. Look, B63, 13.91. Is it a 13 or is it a B?
I think it's 13.
His old brackets, cables, no doubt, and then some older ones. Look, original brackets possibly. We're fast approaching the end of this series. God, these flies.
I know. We can't stop for too long.
Dominating today. A few of our favourite moments of this series. How many miles do you think we've covered on this series? And this is Deepcar to here and down to Wath.
I reckon it is 38 miles.
Higher.
Higher? Wow.
Higher.
50 miles.
Lower. I'll tell you.
45.
43.5 miles roughly.
Pretty good going.
Including today. I thought it'd be more than that. Doesn't seem that long, that does it, for the amount of videos, the amount of mileage we've covered and hours spent. Yeah. Sorry, I've got that completely wrong. We've done that before today, so we're probably looking at we're probably looking at 51, 52 miles altogether.
I did say 50 in the end.
Yeah, category for best bacon butty.
Oh, the best bacon butty. It definitely goes to Julie's Cafe.
At Penniston.
Yeah, Penniston.
Right on the side, literally at the side of the goods shed.
The best thing about that butty was the bread. It was so fluffy and light. That was just awesome.
And a decent ratio of bacon.
Plenty of bacon.
Yeah, really nice setting just by the old coal drops. What's been your favourite section then in this entire series?
It's really hard to say. I think probably the single best day might have been the Woodborough incline day. Yeah. Because there was just so many different things to see. Tunnels.
The one with Glyn.
Yeah, one with Glyn, yeah. Tunnels, collieries, branch lines going off. And yeah, we were going to do like twice as far we planned to do, and we only actually did half the distance we planned.
As well, the other one that sticks out for me is the drag up to Dunford Bridge was a bit of a drag, a bit of a monotonous slog that last few miles.
A little bit.
But that bit from there, the bit from Penniston, as far as Azaled, I really enjoyed that. There was the really remote bit near Azaled or Azaled, I can't remember.
There's plenty of different things to see again, so yeah, we enjoyed that. And the weather was better.
It was. That was a nice day. That.
No, we didn't put Deepcar as one of our favourite days out because it was so wet.
Well, that brings me on to the next one now. The least favourable day, the most arduous day.
The most arduous day. I think the most arduous day probably in terms of lack of bangs to buck was probably when we went over the top of Woodhead Tunnel, because it was just like a lot of walking. We didn't see that much, and we had to do a gigantic detour. But still a great day out, but we didn't see so much.
That first day, the weather, it's a year ago that now.
Yeah, it was.
And I can still remember vividly how bad that relentless heavy rain. And we walked a long way that day.
Yeah, it's not often we fully waterproof up to go on a walk. We usually probably just cancel and do something else. But at that time, we waterproofed up, and it just rained most of the way, and you just got really wet through. The first moment though, when we did the Deepcar
Yeah.
towards Deepcar station, picking up the active, well, not actually going on the active line, but getting to that point. That was a really good start to the whole series.
Most welcome line side feature.
Most welcome line side feature.
So I don't mean in
Well,
like a
yeah.
station or a bridge or a signal. I mean,
Yeah.
I suppose what I'm talking about, is there anything that we came across that we really welcome?
Yeah, that, what was it called? Moon Park Cafe, was it? I've got that right.
Magic
Wood Cafe.
Magic Wood Cafe.
I knew that.
On the way to Dunfer Bridge.
That was awesome. That was like a sort of oasis for us.
That was nice. Nice hot chocolate we had in there.
So Katie's Cafe, which was in Waff.
It's not all just been about the food.
The food.
Although it is nice, it's nice to have it sit and have a cup of coffee, a cup of hot chocolate, a bacon butty, isn't it? It's just a fantastic walk down some unbelievable history. Just overwhelming engineering, and it's just unbelievable how the effort to put a railway line through where we've been all the way back to Sheffield and all the way back to Wath and Mexborough. And given what it is now, people say it's got to be one of the most criminal things that this was just abandoned, given the situation we're in these days and the stress on the Hope Valley line. But never mind. Anyway, we're getting eaten to death. Shall we crack on?
We better crack on and finish this last mile.
Do the last bit. Right, okay. Onwards.
Oh.
Isn't it? Towering.
It is a giant.
High, aren't they? Given by the amount of foot traffic from
it's massively increased, isn't it?
non-walkers.
Oh, old sleepers up there.
Yeah.
Fence of old sleepers.
Yeah, we're guessing that we're
heading very close.
coming into residential areas. Lots of people with shiny trainers on, which just doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't
fit,
feel
does
right here for now. Yeah, we're literally coming up to the station very soon.
It's quite an interesting section, isn't it? It's cut in here.
Feels a bit more like your standard railway walk.
Yeah.
Because it's like the right width.
A lot going off here, wasn't there? We had mills,
Oh, yeah.
complex of sidings just before we got to Hadfield station.
There's a load of, was it coal drops?
Yeah, I saw
range of
those
coal
on
drops, I
the
think.
maps as well. See what we can.
Is there actually anything we can see? Station Mill.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Oh, here we are.
There's a sign in there somewhere. Oh, you can get close to it. Here's the bridge, look.
Oh, yeah. That's
It's still got an old deck on it.
a little deck.
Smaller deck, but look at the width. Look at the size of the abutments.
Doesn't look very safe, that deck.
Doesn't. It's a very rationalised deck, isn't it? But look how many lines must have gone over here originally.
I think the answer is 7
7.
at one point. It looks like a very new station.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Station house, and here we are outside Hadfield station. If you're a big fan of the League of Gentlemen, so it's hard for us coming to Hadfield, and I'm sure they're sick of hearing it, people living here.
Yeah.
It's hard to not think about that show.
A dev.
Old station building. Is this like similar design what we've seen, isn't it? Like Whateley, is it? I'm struggling to.
Is it similar to? It's not really similar to.
Is it like a Gothic
Dinty.
style?
It's a bit unusual, isn't it? It's
But
a bit,
like the stations that we've seen photographs, some of the old gantries we've been passing the stanchions, remains of the stanchions for.
it just looks so old and decrepit. It's active.
And here we are, look. That's the buffer stop. That's the end. You can see the gantry here, look. You can see more than I thought, actually, John. I wasn't expecting all this to be covered. But here's the buffer. That was once Woodhead. So we finally got Hadfield station
We are here.
to ourselves, John. Just watch the train leave there on its way on its way back to Glossop, Manchester. So yeah, that's the end of the series, not a lot else to say. So let us know in the comments what's been your favourite section. We've already done that little piece up there. Really enjoyed it. It's long to I don't know what we're going to do next now.
No, well, there's
Another
plenty more
project.
to explore. We just need to work out.
Figure it
plans.
out, yeah. So, as always, thanks for watching. Thanks to all my channel members. Anyone who buys me a coffee, sends me a super thanks. Take care. We'll see you soon.
Take care.